Welcome to the Do Only Good Everyday podcast. My name's Dougie Doge. This is episode 1. Today's special guest is my own dad, Brett Elliott. He's a herbalist. He's been doing it for 25 plus years. He specialises in detoxing and healing. So we're going to be talking about detoxing, benefits of it, life, space, and a whole bunch of other wacky stuff. So let's jump straight into it, guys. All right. So welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, but what is this podcast?
I'm Dougie Doge, and basically I'm into fitness and health, motivation, that sort of stuff, building my own channels. And of course, you're Brett Elliott, medical herbalist. You've been working in your own clinic and selling your own products for, 25 plus?
Yeah, donkey's years, basically. Yeah. 25 plus, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. How's it all going?
Yeah, good. Yeah, we seem to cotton onto something that people keep wanting, so we haven't had to do much in the way of changing things over the last 25 years, and it seems like, that's an ongoing thing that people need, so we'll just keep doing it.
Oh, awesome, yeah. And you've been mainly sticking in towards your specialty, which at the moment's detox and healing, right?
Yeah.
And why? A bit of a random question, but why do you think?
Why those?
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
What's the main benefits you reckon for general population? Why do you think everyone should look at detox as an option for?
Yeah, well, it's an old thing, it's been around millennia, since Egypt, and it's a tradition in herbal medicine to detox and cleanse the body. So even back in the day, they must have seen a need to cleanse their bodies. And they didn't have the world that we have now. They didn't have all the poisons and the chemicals and the additives and all the pollution and things that we have.
Yeah.
So it seems like now it's needed more than ever. And it's only getting worse, isn't it? The world and the levels of toxins.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can't avoid. Everything's processed and crammed with sugar to make it almost more addictive, eh?
Yes, yeah. It's the food, but also the air and the water and you name it. It's just coming at us from all angles. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the benefits of detox, really, it's that clarity and peace and that sense of being clear and light that you get from it.
Yeah.
And the health benefits, a spin-off of all of that, really. But your body seems to communicate internally better, and so everything seems to work better.
Yeah.
Just as a matter of doing the cleanse.
Yeah, because I've been following some research lately about healthy gut bacteria and stuff like that, and they keep finding out more and more things every day about the connection of the brain gut connection and how it can make you, I guess because your whole body's like a chemical machine, really. Yeah, it's always just changing chemistry all the time, and a lot of the research is the gut to brain connection can lead to happiness, is if you've sorted your gut bacteria out.
The gut bacteria, they call it the microbiome in the gut, and you're dead right. I mean, that's probably the biggest problem we have is when you go into a store or a supermarket, all the products that are on the shelves have been made to sit there and be stable for a long time, sometimes up to 3 years.
Yeah.
And so that stability on the shelf means they've had to kill all the microorganisms because otherwise the product would go off really quick.
Yeah.
And so by killing all the microorganisms in all the food in all the supermarkets, basically all the food, we're not feeding our gut with all the microbes that they need.
Yeah.
And of course, when we get sick, what do? They give us antibiotics, which kills off even more. And as children, we get dose after dose of antibiotics.
Yeah.
And so we kill all the bacteria, and then we put none in our food.
Yeah.
There's a disaster waiting to happen. It's a gut health issue, but a mental health issue too. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because you can feel it when you eat right. You just feel lighter and happier, and even your vision kind of You can even see clearer, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the colours change.
Yeah.
People say that they can taste things that they couldn't taste, or smell things they couldn't smell.
Yeah.
They get better dreams, more clearer dreams, and better intuition and guidance and direction in their lives.
Yeah.
So all that stuff, it's amazing how it's connected with what you eat, what you put in your body, how it affects your gut, and getting those toxins out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
and
a powerful combination.
yeah, because basically nowadays nobody really looks at detox as an option. They mainly just, if they get sick, they go to the doctor and go, what's wrong with me? And you get pills and all that sort of stuff to, I don't know, cure anything basically, and that's the only real person you go to for help.
That's why the health system's crumbling, because it is only when you get sick that you go to the doctor. And there's no system there to really check us and make sure that we're staying healthy. Which I think is what we need. We need almost like a compulsory checkup, and they also don't offer any real diet advice or nutrition advice or anything like that. So it's no wonder the system is crumbling and unable to deal with the sick population, basically. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, because I only really found out about the importance of diet when you started to teach me. As my father, you kind of guided me in the right direction of what I should be eating, and because I was eating quite, I don't know, you could say fast foodish. You get your Maccas, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
and it all feels normal, and I didn't realise that what you put in is can lift a huge weight off you, because you kind of get in this fogged mindset where you can't feel almost.
Yeah.
And then when you start eating better, your feeling comes back, you can see clearer, and you kind of get a bit of a defog sort of effect.
Yeah, it's amazing how, because your body's so electrical, like everything in the body is electrical or electromagnetic.
Yeah.
And the food, and that's how we connect with our environments. That's how we how we see everything that goes through our nervous system is basically electromagnetic.
Yeah.
And so by killing the food, they've also killed that. It's like the life force. The life force is just destroyed in the food, and so that happens to our bodies over time. You feel like the life force has been drained out of your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire.
And all those things kind of are interconnected. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely feels like there should be some more educating around it, so people are a little bit more aware of it. Like growing up in New Zealand, all we kind of learned was the food triangle thing.
Oh yeah.
What you should be eating least of, and then it goes down to what you should be eating more of, and it's got the fruit and veggie down the bottom.
Yeah.
But that's basically all they teach you, and they don't really say this could have a massive effect on your health if you focus on eating more nutritious food.
Yeah.
They don't really tell you in depth about it. So
no, well, I think even the doctors are trained about one day of their whole 7 years on diet and nutrition, and so even the medical system doesn't have the skills. They're not trained in it. They don't really know those things. And I guess the traditional practices like herbalists, naturopaths, or more natural medicine, they do months and months of training on that.
Yeah.
But they're not part of the system, so they're always pushed off to one side, and it's like, oh, that's not real medicine, and in fact that's what we really need.
Yeah, it seems crazy.
Because they take the time to teach people about those things.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
Because you always hear weird stories as well of someone being sick for years or months, or that sort of thing, and then they try some alternative thing, and then they're cured within a week or two. It's like,
yes,
it's crazy. It's just like, wow, that's they needed something different, not just a magic pill that sort of almost suppresses the problems.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we become tunnel vision because the way that we're programmed by the system and by the media and by the government, and we're programmed to think in this one way.
Yeah.
And there's a percentage of the population that realise after a while that they're being railroaded into this and start thinking outside the box. And you have to hunt around to find the information and to find even the food. You actually you can't just go to the supermarket and buy what's convenient.
Yeah,
and that's the secret to it, is you got to look and find these things. Yeah. Because they're not gonna give it to us. I don't think they ever will.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is nuts.
Yeah.
So you think detoxing is a way, and your program is like almost like once a year sort of thing, like servicing your car. I've heard of you say it like before, like you just do once a year, couple of weeks, service the car, and then you almost gain like habits from doing the program, right?
Yeah.
And you carry that on.
Yeah, because it's quite a drastic change to what most of us eat normally. Like just for your detox, you might, for example, 2 weeks just have fresh fruit and vegetables. And that's a drastic change for most people.
Yeah.
But you might come out the other end of it having changed one thing. Like, I don't know, I might quit sugar or, maybe some of the processed carbs or something like that, because you feel so different that you can make a change. You got the incentive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you usually slip back a little bit over the period of a year. And so it's good to do it again, check in again and do another cleanse and usually make another step, make another change, or build that into your habits.
Yeah.
Because it's a lifetime, isn't it, that you build up these routines or these, just the way of eating.
Yeah. I think, because I've done the program, I thought before I did it, because obviously I think for general population, alcohol, they think they're going to miss alcohol, they're not going to be able to do alcohol, they miss the whole fun party vibe thing just because they miss 2 weeks of being able to do it. So we'll just touch on that. Like, what are your thoughts on?
Yeah, that's a hard one. I mean, we do say with our program, you can have a sneaky one.
Yeah.
If you have to, like if it's a long-term thing that you just can't do without.
Yeah.
And it won't completely ruin the program. But if you want to quit something, if you want to make a change, then a detox program is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Because while you're doing it, you're having all this fruit and vegetable food, and the herbs, of course, and the herbs and the food nourish you so much that your energy goes right up and you feel so good that your cravings almost disappear.
Yeah.
And people say that, that it's a really easy way to quit something.
Yeah.
And realise actually how much better you feel without it.
Yeah.
And that can be a real revelation for people. Like, hey, I actually feel so much better. So is that really making me happy? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy. Moving on to more about your thoughts of just life in general, because it's a bit of a almost trippy and crazy thing that we're in right now. None of us really know the real truth of like kind of why we're here, what happened, even like, I don't know, just moving your hands and everything's just, it's just, it's just a crazy thing that we're in. And you hear crazy things like people saying that we're in a simulation and all crazy things like that. And
I've been thinking about that too.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's interesting. Well, it could be a simulation because even in the context of traditional religions or spirituality, when you die, you leave your body and you go to another place, another dimension or another realm or whatever that is. And I think that's really fascinating because if this isn't the real world, if we don't, if this is not permanent, then this must be a temporary place that we're in, no?
Yeah.
And if we go somewhere else, where is that? Is that the real world?
It is odd, to think about. Because then even like dreams and stuff, you kind of can get taken to different like realities almost.
Yeah, totally.
But you still look like you, and everyone you know is still there and stuff. But it's almost like I've heard of some random things of split timelines. So there's all these different timelines running together, and I don't know if a dream could be meshing in with one of those, or if it's just your own brain. Like, it's hard to know.
Yeah, where everything is and where it comes from.
Yeah.
There's been a really great documentary on Netflix just recently about UFO sightings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think it's been done by Spielberg in the background, and they interviewed these large groups of people that have had these experiences, like 50, 60, 100 people in these three different settings.
Yeah.
And they all had this feeling like they'd seen something, but they didn't know whether it was physical or spiritual.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they couldn't quite tell. And even their alien abductions, they were in an astral state, like in a dream.
Oh, okay.
Because they weren't physically taken by aliens. They were taken in a dream or in an astral body.
Yeah.
And so that challenges another question, is are aliens spiritual beings? Or are spiritual beings aliens? Or, there's that whole discussion, that's really fascinating.
Yeah.
Are we all just seeing the same thing and giving it different names?
I've always wondered that as well. Like, what's someone else seeing? Like, is it the same world, or obviously it looks different? You get different perspectives and all that sort of stuff. But it's a very strange thing to think. We're all kind of in this thing together, and you interact with each other, and you kind of wonder if you swap bodies, what would it feel like? Yeah. Or is it the same?
Yeah.
It's quite strange, eh?
And we're doing it with our movies and with our games, challenging all these boundaries of what's real, and what's not real. And yeah. But I think when you connect in yourself, when you're healthy and you feel peaceful in yourself, does it really matter? You can just enjoy it and learn from whatever the experience is. And I don't know, do we really need to know? It's the question.
Yeah, I can't remember what I watched it on not too long ago, but something about the UFOs. I'm not too sure. Again, it's coming back to what I was saying before about what do you call it? Split timelines.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
That's just a theory, I guess. I don't know the 100% truth, but the apparently someone had a theory that the split timelines, UFO could be like somehow another timeline coming through in a blip, and something appearing and then disappearing, and it's unexplainable.
Yeah.
Because I think there's been too much of the UFO stuff for it to be completely set aside and say it's craziness, like people are just imagining stuff. There must be something going on, because there's been too much sightings and been too much to almost say it's a coincidence.
Yeah, I've had sightings myself.
Yeah?
Yeah, and when I watched this video, this documentary, what's it called? Encounters, I think it's called. I saw the things in there that they said, and they also said in that documentary, like, people get convicted of murder because 2 people or 3 people saw them at the scene, or they didn't have to actually see the event. Yeah. So the eyewitness accounts are legally binding.
Yeah.
And so if 100 people see something, you can't dismiss it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thousands have reported these things.
Yeah, it's just strange, eh?
Yeah.
You kind of just wonder sometimes, what's the actual truth? Like, it's getting scarier now to know what is the actual truth, because of AI and stuff. You can kind of almost recreate someone's whole personality and voice and everything, eh? So it's really, we're starting to step into an area where we're not going to know what we're watching if it's real or not.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy time.
Yeah, we need people like Elon Musk that's, done what he's done with Twitter or X now, and allowing people to share their thoughts and their ideas, and also like he's encouraging this, what does he call it? The news of the citizens, so you can just use your phone and that should be the news, because that's what's really happening, and instead of what the media is saying, and it gets more truth. We get more truth that way, don't we?
Yeah. I saw some of that, and he was down at the border with his phone, and and did you see that? He was recording the people crossing the US border or something.
Right.
He was down there talking to the police officers and stuff, and trying to get some of the story, the real story.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's quite crazy to see.
That's good, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Free media, independent media, we need it.
Yeah. So I was going to talk about energy for a second.
Yeah.
Because I've actually been watching another Netflix documentary about energy. I think it's called Universe or something like that.
Yeah.
And it kind of gets into space and life and everything like that, and where the energy comes from, and it's pretty interesting, yeah. And you kind of realise that all our energy here kind of comes from out there, from the space.
Yes, totally.
Sun and everything, it all comes energy. So it's not just starting up your lawnmower or something like that, or windmills generating energy. Like, energy is everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like filling the whole space with energy. So
yeah, I think there was a song years ago called "We Are Stardust," and I think that's really cool, because the sun makes the dust, and the dust falls on the earth, and the earth is constantly getting these layers and layers over the thousands of years, and we're a product of what comes out of the earth, and ultimately our energies come from the stars. And that's a really cool idea too, that we are stardust.
That's
we connected to the sun.
Because you've got
so cool.
Your book that you've brought out, was it the start of this year?
The energy healing book.
I found that, especially watching this documentary and stuff, kind of seeing, because it kind of gets camera angles of it zooming right out into space and seeing the galaxies and all that stuff. It kind of gets your perspective of the scale and size of the whole. And when you see a galaxy, you can kind of see it looks like just a big pile of energy flying around.
So, actually, the first chapter in the book is about perspective.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think that's the most important. It's almost like the foundation of healing yourself. Is getting perspective, because people get so tied up in what group they belong to, or what town they're from, or what political side they're on, or whatever, that it's and when these astronauts look down on the world, apparently they cry, because they realise that humanity is all just in one space. We're just in one place together, and we're and it's sort of like the boundaries don't matter. And if we had that perspective, that starts the healing journey almost. Because
it's pretty easy to get caught up in your own life, and you can only see what's around you. You can see your car, your job, what's for dinner, and you almost kind of forget what we're actually in a little bit. You kind of forget that you're a human, and you start turning into a robot almost. And we're all mixed race, all of us. And if we all said, hey, we're all mixed race, get over it, so kind of thing. We have different culture and different practices, but we're all mixed race. And we're all here together, and we're all on the same rock, and we need to get on with each other, help each other. I think that's the number one. That's the foundation. If we could just achieve that, be a better place, wouldn't it? It'd be awesome, man. If we could get the world all on the same page and just all helping each other out, man, it would be a crazy place to be in. And you don't ever get a better feeling being alive than helping someone else. It's the best feeling in the world, basically. When you pick someone up and see them thrive, or see them even smile, or say hello, give them something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just make someone's day. There's no better feeling than that, I reckon.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
You help yourself by helping someone else too, don't you? It's an inner boost somehow.
Yeah, it's a massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another thing on energy, we all kind of have our own sort of energy that we bring around us, because sometimes you can just feel someone come in the room, and if their energy's good, boom, they're throwing out vibes.
Yeah.
Running around, it's just like, it's all happy, and then boom, it just spreads straight to the person in the same area.
Yeah.
Which is like an odd thing, because sometimes, well, you can't see it, but like there's energy that's in the air that spreads.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really make sense, but it's there.
That's in the book as well, actually. There's a thing about it, which is the resonance thing, is what you resonate with, is what you're in tune with. And you feel it, it's really important that you choose what you're in tune with, and what you want to resonate with.
Yeah.
Yeah, so crucial.
Yeah.
Because people that are negative, or they just want to complain about life and, get down about everything, they will naturally be attracted to other people like that, because they are in tune, because they resonate together, and it's a dangerous thing. Yeah, because they'll start to feel good about their misery.
Yeah.
Because it's been supported, and that's not good at all. Yeah.
It seems like quite a popular, almost sort of way of thinking, because you see big red titles everywhere, and people getting hooked into, there's this people are dying here, and they kind of like spread it around as news. And I don't know what it is about it, but most people seem to almost get a kick or something out of it, because they keep coming back for more. They keep watching I don't know what it is, but you know what I mean? It almost like spreads this fear or excitement or something.
It's fear-based, yeah. Because as soon as you're in fear, you produce a lot of adrenaline.
Yeah.
And the adrenaline kills all the pain. You can't feel anything when you're pumped with adrenaline.
Oh, really?
And so if you're miserable,
yeah,
adrenaline takes away the misery.
Okay.
But it's very, very temporary, and then you crash again. And you've got to have more adrenaline to take away the pain or the misery.
Oh, wow.
And that's that. Fear is actually a way of getting addicted to adrenaline.
Far out.
Yeah. That's. I think that's why people want it.
Yeah. Okay.
If they were happy, it wouldn't need the fear to, take away the pain, kind of thing. That's why violence and all that's so popular too, I think. It's the adrenaline that it gives you. Yeah.
I never thought of it like that. Yeah. Because I guess when you're in the wild, animals in the wild, when they get fear, it's usually because some type of predator's chasing them or something. Yeah. And I guess they need that adrenaline kick to get them moving, get them out of there. So I never thought of fear as an addictive thing, but I suppose it is.
Yeah.
Gets you that kick, that adrenaline kick, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's why the world's become so negative, I think.
Mm.
Yeah.
So they're fueled on fear.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. We need more love.
Yeah.
You could say.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. More positivity, more just helping each other out.
More compassion, more empathy, more just support for each other. And I guess the whole movement of identity, I guess, is another thing that is, it can be, you could say that it's fear-based as well, because I don't know who I am or what I am or whatever. But if we just loved everybody, if everybody felt loved, I think those issues would go away too. That we wouldn't need to worry about our identity, who we are, or what we stand for, any of those things.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it seemed like a bit of a crazy sort of situation we're going through at the moment, eh?
Yeah.
People's almost a bit lost.
Yeah.
They're kind of floating around not knowing what they're doing or why they're here, or yeah, it makes it hard. Makes it hard for a lot of people.
Yeah. Because everything's fear-based, it puts us into that state.
Yeah.
We're around it so much that we're afraid, either being caught out or taken down or attacked or, you know, you name it. That's the change. Yeah.
I think the best way of not getting out of it, but the best way to feel alive is doing the basic things like exercise, being outside, like just basically almost just being an animal without the, you know, kind of almost removing yourself from civilization a little bit and just remembering you're an animal. You're supposed to have, your heart's supposed to pump, you're supposed to move around, you're supposed to eat food straight out of the ground.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing.
Or real basic simple stuff, eh?
Yeah.
That feels almost like forgotten.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because the people that are living like that, like we did 1,000 years ago, that there are people in the world still living like that. They're the ones that are living to 100 years old and they're still happy.
Yeah.
They are around, and you did right. They're living the old way, the old ways of, you know, eating food that they grow and running up and down the hills after the animals and stuff, and they're healthy ones. Yeah.
Yeah, because something about that, exercising, running around, you kind of almost get this like testosterone hit or something, and you kind of get aggressive, and it feels good to let that out.
It's positive, yeah.
It feels awesome, man,
yeah.
You get a sweat on, I don't know if you're lifting weights or whatever it is, but like when you get that aggression and you can let it out on something.
Yeah.
I guess back in the day it was used to, a feeling to use to hunt or something like that, I don't know, but it does feel like a good feeling to have, to let out a bit of steam, let off a bit of steam.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's connecting you to the earth and to the universe as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, anything that connects you to nature is going to channel your energy in a positive way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good.
Hey, thanks for coming in.